Bamberi na ZANU-PF. Bamberi na President Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Bamberi na war veterans. Nekubatana. Nebudiriro munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. Nerunyararo. Nyika. Ichitongwa. Ichinamatirwa. Ilizwe. Pasi nemhandu. Vice President and Second Secretary, Comrade Colonel Retired Kembo Dugish Moadi, National Chairman and Minister of Defense, Comrade Opacha Muzipange Mchinguri Kashiri, Secretary for Administration, Secretary General, Comrade Dr. Obed Mpofu, Secretary for War Veterans, Comrade Douglas Maia, members of the Politburo, members of the Central Committee, and let me recognize the Chairman of the Elders Council, Comrade Sekeramai, who is with us. Minister of State for Harare Metropolitan Province, Honorable Charles Tavengwa, in absentia, he is believed he has lost his son. He should have been with us. Minister of War Veterans of the Liberation Struggle Affairs, Honorable Monica Mavunga, other honorable ministers who might be here present, members of the war veterans, ex-political prisoners, detainees, and restrictees league, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, comrades. Good afternoon to you all. It is my honor and privilege to introduce the first Secretary of ZANU-PF and the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. The guest of honor on the occasion of the National Assembly of ZANU-PF war veterans, ex-political prisoners, detainees, and restrictees. This gathering comes at an opportune time as the ruling party, ZANU-PF, and our president resoundingly romped to victory in the August 2023 harmonized general elections. The electoral victory is a testament that ZANU-PF is a mass party and show of confidence in the steering work that the Second Republic, under the visionary and transformative stewardship of the President and First Secretary, is doing. Indeed, the country remains on course to accelerate the achievement of our vision of becoming an empowered and prosperous upper middle income society by 2030. Comrades, I am aware this National Assembly is being held under the theme, Force of the Past, War of Liberation, Power of the Present, Zimbabwe Independence, Inspiration of the Future, Commitment to preserve and consolidate Zimbabwe's independence. And this is the struggle that we in this conference room and those who have remained must see to it that it is achieved, and it will be achieved. It is gratifying that this theme resonates well with the developmental trajectory that our guest of honor has set for our great nation. His Excellency has undertaken this economic transformation journey anchored on the use of local resources, God-given resources. Comrades, for the guest of honor to achieve the transformative vision, there has to be a unit and singleness of purpose, guided by the art of self-criticism, which must evolve in our hearts and minds, and be guided by the party line, the correct ZANU-PF party line. Pamberile ZANU-PF, negwarire msangano, pasi nemhando. As we are now, 44 years after independence, we were united to fight for the liberation of this country. We must remain so. We also were standing facing the east, singing moyo wangu wakatsidza kufira Zimbabwe, mumakomo nemudzizi ndichararamo, zamara zvese zvatinoda kuti zvitike muZimbabwe zvaitika. We must remain so. We must lead in our enduring philosophy that nyika inovakwa nekunamatirwa nekudzivirirwa uye nekutongwa nevene vayo. Ilizwe, lakiwa, rikurikirwe, livikirwe, libuswe ngavanikazi vayo. We are pleased that ZANU-PF war veterans, ex-political prisoners, detainees and restrictees League continue to play a critical role in the preservation and consolidation of the liberation ethos and heritage. Further, we are elated that the first secretary of the ruling party, ZANU-PF, through his ingenuity and political acumen, directed that the War Veterans League be elevated and ranked on equal footing with other wings of the party. We must thank the President for his great. The recognition and transformation has revamped and reinvigorated the party into a formidable force it is today. We shall be like that and fulfill the President's vision of building the great Monomtapa country, the country of our ancestors. ZANU-PF led government under the leadership of the President, His Excellency Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, continues to be guided by the party's election manifesto as it makes great strides in ensuring broad-based and inclusive development of our country, which leaves no one and no place behind. Government remains committed to rolling out programs and projects that uplift the livelihoods of our people. It is common cause that we have witnessed great milestones and achievements in major economic sectors such as agriculture, mining, tourism, infrastructure development, and manufacturing, among others, using our own resources. Dear comrades, with these few remarks, it is now my singular honor to introduce the guest of honor for this assembly, a revolutionary who remains steadfast in driving the country's industrialization and modernization agenda. The man who has never looked back since the beginning of the 1960s, and to be correct, 1960 when he joined politics from school, going to Nanjing to train in 1963, coming back, and we all know the story of his arrest in 1964, sentenced to death, and he survived by a whisker. He had to serve in prison 10 years. He did not surrender to say, I have been tortured, I have been humiliated, and therefore I packed my bags and go home. He came, and as they were released in prison, he came back to the struggle. The whole story of us together out there in Mozambique, Zambia, is all known by every one of us here. He has remained so. Others fell by the wayside. But he has maintained that Zamara ndatera kuni kwakaenda vamwe handibude mugwara handiti. Saka tese toramba tiri pai